I've been away for a while, and a lot of things to talk about. A lot of things have happened here in the last month or so, and while I have tried to keep up with the blog and posting things that are going on, I have sorely neglected the audio blog portion, so I do apologize for that. All of you that have subscribed to this, hopefully I can do it a little bit more regularly here in the future. So I had another book that entered into the top 10 best-selling books in Satanism genre on Amazon.com and the Kindle books as well. So the Book of Satanic Ritual joined the Book of Satanic Magic a couple weeks ago in the top 10 best-selling satanic books. So again, thank you for all of those people out there who are listening to the blog here and also purchasing those books, Satanic Blessings, and praise Satan for that. Also, Magnum Opus, Secrets of the Inner Sanctum, was just released on iTunes as a EPUB book, and I've got some other books that have recently been released as well on iTunes. And so you can go over to iTunes and do a search for aleister-nacht or Satanism as well. May get you there. But released two different types of books over there in the last 2 weeks. The first being the one-size-fits-all book. It's an EPUB, and you can download that to iPhone or iPod or any of the other devices like iPad. And then there is the other version, which is just for iPad. So go over and take a look. These are interactive books, and with my partnership with Apple and iTunes, I have really been able to open up some of the things that I have wanted to do in the past. And so my books coming up in the future will all be interactive. And so you will be able to actually click on links and go and visit different things that I've put in there, as well as having audio and video inside the book. So some really good stuff going on there with Apple. I also have a new newsletter service that will be sending out the automated emails. So look for that. You're probably used to seeing just my email address and just a regular email from me, but in the future it will come out of this service that I'm using. My mailing list has just got to the point where it's too big for me to handle it myself anymore, and that's thanks to Satan and his power and his blessings on what I've been doing here with the books and also in the satanic community. So a couple things to look at there as well. I'd like to talk just a little bit about Satanism and satanic destruction rituals. Now, I've recently had a lot of emails asking how do you do it and why do you do it and what are the ramifications of not knowing what you're doing. In other words, dabbling in the satanic arts when you're trying to perform one of these rituals. So, it's interesting to me that many people will turn to the dark arts when they want to inflict pain or seek revenge on someone. And just a few weeks before, it may have seemed like total nonsense to the person at the time, and then suddenly it appears to be a viable answer. And so this leads people to do internet searches, and they want to know more, and they want to be able to cast spells and curses and things like that. And of course, we practice the destruction ritual in Satanism using the ritual by proxy to achieve what we're setting out in satanic magic to do. But this desperation and ultimately wanting to hurt someone or do damage to someone that has wronged them leads them into this path. They have tried other avenues, oftentimes come across these scam artists, and believe me, they are out there. I receive email every week from someone who says, Alistair, I have gone through a bad time in my life, and I turned to some of these satanic gurus, and they said they were going to help me, and they wrote a ritual and sent it to me, and they charged me X amount of dollars, and took my money, and nothing happened. Well, all I can say to that is I feel for you, but it is what it is, and you can't expect to learn something about the satanic arts that's going to make you proficient in a day or a week or a month or even a year. So these people, they prey on these just the desperation of these individuals. And so you're not going to be able to come up with some hocus pocus bullshit that is going to help you do anything when it comes to the destruction ritual. Again, I feel sorry for these victims. I do feel compassion for them, but also remember that these victims, they have wandered into this through their own actions and desires to inflict pain on someone else. So, you have to keep things in perspective. While I do feel sorry for them, I also know exactly what their intentions were. Those who diligently practice the dark arts of magic, they know that it takes an investment of time, attention, practice, and the pursuit of knowledge to develop these magical abilities. It may take weeks, months, even years, even decades to become proficient enough to throw or project an effective spell or curse. So why do people think that you can get it in 5 or 10 minutes, or via email? It's ludicrous, but it does happen. Now, I may hurt some people's feelings with this disclosure of magical secrets. I've dedicated over 25 years to the craft, and I've invested a lot of time, money, energy, effort to become proficient at this. So when I first really became proficient in magical operations, and this was many, many years ago, I would occasionally respond to requests made by those that were spinning a heartfelt, compassionate plea that appealed to either my conscience or my intellect. And so I took pleasure in knowing that I was helping someone to right a wrong or correct an injustice or otherwise return equilibrium to essentially rational, reflective, and thoughtful people. I was naive at the time. I also delighted in the praise and recognition resulting from those successful operations. The notoriety was almost intoxicating for a while. I believed that I was bringing people into the satanic world, and by demonstrating its unlimited power, these so-called witnesses would soon join the ranks of practicing Satanists. But as with a lot of things, I was wrong. Instead, I was viewed as a simpleton who would jump at the opportunity to be a knight in satanic armor, so to speak. Once I performed the so-called trick, I was metaphorically returned to the kennel until the next time that they needed something. I totally shut down for a few years, and I did not perform any magical operations for anyone other than myself. In doing so, I returned to the thing I loved and the practice that made me truly happy. And so I continued to attend rituals and rites and other events within my covens. However, I had really forgotten the joy received from the intimate rituals that I performed when away from the coven group. In retrospect, it was during this time that I made several magical strides while meditating and listening to Satan. The answers fell into place almost like a symbolic puzzle. And so I was able to really get a glimpse into what the future held for me in satanic workings. But since I learned that valuable lesson, I have accommodated perhaps 3 or 4 requests for assistance, and only because those people involved were close friends or even relatives of a coven member. I've been offered money, sex, drugs, and even a deed to a piece of land in return for using Satan's gift. Now, I consider all these things and also fully acknowledge and give thanks to the ruler of the world, Satan, because Satan has blessed me with a wonderful life, great friends, loyal Satanists who share my enthusiasm for learning, growing, exploring, and sharing all things satanic. So, for those of you that plan to send me an email and ask me later, tell me how to perform a destruction ritual for blank, the answer is going to be learn satanic magic. Until next time, this has been aleister-nacht, Satanic Blessings.
In